Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I am Nur Amira Shamini binti Suhaili from PISMP PESO 2021 to 2026. And today, I'll be sharing my personal reflection on an ESL lesson that I taught during my practicum phase 1. So, in this presentation, I'll walk you through my experience using COPS experiential learning model, and I show you how I use reflective tools to recreate and improve my reflections. So this is the introduction for the class and for the reflection of the class that I choose. So this reflection and this lesson was taught to year 5 Drama, and it is on 13th September 2024. And the topic chosen was food and health, and the focus is on using much and many in countable and also uncountable nouns. So the reflective model that I used is Cobb's reflective model. Okay, so this is the lesson overview. So this class had 54 students with intermediate English proficiency. So when I taught this class, intermediate, yes, but most of them is low because there are some students that there are one group of students that cannot understand English. I can say at all, they cannot understand. But when I go to them and teach them one by one, then they can do it, but with a lot of guidance. So the lesson was structured like this. So in this induction, I introduced mystery box, which is they are very excited about that. And then in the presentation, also I use magic board. It's like it's my innovation that I use to teach much and many. And then in the practice, I use bingo because they love bingo so much. So I think that that is the only activity that um, will make them excited throughout the lesson. Okay, and then for production, I ask them to create a poster, with a poster to use the foods that they learn. And then for the closure, I use as a ticket visual. So my goal was to create an engaging and meaningful experience. I use thoughts and multiple intelligence, but um, for the low proficiency students, I don't think they can apply the thoughts, but they can do that. So why I chose COPS model? Okay, this is because as I stated there, fixed classroom flow, practical and flexible, matches active learning style. Okay, so COPS cycle includes 4 stages, which is concrete experience. Um, as I as in the reflection here, I explain what happened in each stages, and for the second cycle, which is reflective observation, it says that what went well or didn't. So I also in my reflection, usually I tell what for example in the second session, what went well or what didn't. Okay, and then um the third cycle is abstract conceptualization, which is connecting experience to theory. Yes, I also put some, but it's not always. I didn't always put that, but for this, yes, for this reflection, yes. And then number 4 is active experimentation, which is planning improvement. So Sometimes when I say what didn't do well, I will put my improvements. So that's why I chose Cox model, because this model helped me to think more clearly about both teaching and learning. Next, okay, so this is the first cycle um, of the Cox model. So the concrete experience was the lesson itself. The students actively participate in all activities, from guessing food types, using the mystery box, to exploring grammar through the magic board. During bingo, they show enthusiasm and teamwork. They then uh, they then applied the grammar rules in both speaking and writing during the first activity. So they were engaged and participate actively in guessing, as I said, food types, applying grammar in speaking and writing. So overall, it was an interactive and engaging experience for the class. Okay. So that's what I explained about what happened. So for reflective observation, okay, I said what went well and what we didn't do. Okay, so let's look at what went well. So students were enthusiastic about the mystery box and magic board. That's what I thought at first. I think that this two activity will make them excited. And then bingo encourage excitement and also teamwork, because the bingo activity is a group activity. Okay. So but okay, what could be improved is the same as what didn't go well, because okay, so the first one is my explanation of much and many was too brief, which led to confusion. I should show more examples, explain more, always ask them, what do you understand? Do you understand this? What didn't you understand? But for me, they are a bit I can say passive in asking questions, because when I ask, do you understand? They will just like, I don't know if they really understand or not. Okay. So the second one is, I didn't collect the bingo sheets. So I missing a valuable assessment opportunity, because I just let them keep it. I don't know if they keep it or not, right? So the third one is the poster activity, which is time management, because the poster activity ran over time, which caused a rush closure in confusion with the exit, because they keep on asking, what should we write on this sticky note? So that's my reflective observation. And then for abstract conceptualization is, okay, reflecting on this lesson helped me connect practice with theory, as I said just now. So CORD emphasize the learners need to reflect, conceptualize, and apply what they've experienced in the presentation, practice, and whatsoever. So my lesson provided multisensory input, which is visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Okay, visual, because I used the magic board. Auditory, maybe the explanation that I gave, maybe the bingo parts, because I read to them. And then kinesthetic is because for the magic board, they have to come to the front and do it. And for the um for that's for magic board, but for bingo also they need to listen attentively, discuss, so they're not just sitting there and wait. So they have to decide. So I think that's my input for kinesthetic. So it's about different learning style. Maybe in the bingo activity, not everyone are involved, but some of them who love it will involve. So, however, I like strong feedback loops, especially because I didn't collect the bingo sheet or other materials. Also, I realized that the lesson needed more scaffolding, particularly for, as I said, low proficiency learners to help them fully understand the grammar because they don't understand even the easiest English. Even I even understand the instruction. How can I implement activity? But thank God they managed to. Okay, so for the active experimentation, so based on my reflection, here's what I plan to do differently next time. So the first one is prepare differentiated grammar exercise before the magic bar. So that the low proficiency they can understand, students, I'm so sorry. And then the high proficiency can just um, maybe help others, right? So they will not feel bored. Okay, and then number two is use mini whiteboards or collect bingo sheets for quick assessment. Maybe I can um, for the exit ticket, maybe I can use mini whiteboard so that they feel excited to show the answer instead of writing, and then they don't know what will I do with the exit ticket, right? So, and then number three, introduce timer cues or checkpoints during the posted task. I think in using this timer is not only for poster but for practice also because that's to keep the students alert that oh, I need to do it faster. I cannot play and play. So I think using timer is good. And then lastly, display a sample exit ticket on the board to guide students. Yes, because there are some that cannot understand, but there are some that understand and can do it. But there are some that understand but don't know how to write, don't know what to write. So I think okay, so these stages guided me to turn insight into practical improvement. So the next class I tried to do this. So the solution I chose to recreate my reflection is teaching journal entry. So here you can take a look. So I put brief description on the lesson and event, and then I put my observation, I put my reflection, I put questions, okay, and then action plan, which is optional, but I do it because I have I already know what I want to improve. It's just that I I write it back. So just the same, just the same with what I have explained. It's just that add um I make it because this is teaching journal entry. It is more I can say structured. Yeah, like that. Okay, so okay, so why I choose teaching journal? Okay, this is to support my reflection process. I use teaching journal as a tool. Yes, exactly, because it provides a personal and structured space for ongoing reflection, which is more flexible than a standard narrative. Because at first I want to choose narrative, but I think like it's just the same with what I've done. As it's not that structured like this. So the journal can be updated after each lesson because and it helped me capture my strengths, weakness, and areas to improve. And it is easy for me to look back because I can say, oh, what is my observation? What is my reflections? And then what is the challenges in the so sorry in the reflect in the lesson. Okay, so it is simple for me because I think that it is there. It's a simple format, but effective way to stay reflective and intentional in my teaching because I love I love something that is well organized. So that's why I chose teaching journal. Okay. So the conclusion is Cobb's model helped me reflect deeply and clearly, and it is easier for me to organize my thoughts. And a teaching journal made my reflection clearer and more practical because I know what exactly happened, what exactly that I want to write instead of just writing and writing. And then, most importantly, reflective practice helped me turn experience into better teaching. So, thank you for listening to me. And that's all for me because um, I've only given 15 minutes, so that's all that what I can explain. I hope that all of you can understand. Thank you.